Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. How are you guys? What are the chats where you guys are? So for today's video, I wanted to, well, before I get into today's video, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support and all the good words underneath my previous video. If you haven't checked it out, I'll link it in the description box. I basically show you how I dealt with my hair. Today's style is a result of washing, conditioning, and I'm trying to stretch my hair, so I currently have it twisted up and like into two little buns. I'll show you some footage of how the hair looks. It's super moisturized. I'll probably show you guys how I do the style when I'm able to have someone who can hold the camera for me while I'm like in the shower, because I do it in the shower. Let me just show you what the hair is looking like.
Wave after wave, wave after wave, slowly
Yeah, so waves on swim, you can see clearly, you know, laid to just everything. So judging from today's video, it's going to be about how I managed to grow my hair beyond bra strap length. So for those of you who don't know, a female's bra obviously sits like by her back, and that's like a significant length point, or length like checkpoint when it comes to hair, and natural hair more specifically. So my hair is like past that. I'll show you some footage of my hair actually being that long before people think I'm out here selling dreams. No.
Don't touch my hair when it's the feelings.
So you can see my hair was pretty long, like, and now it's July, so I think it's probably grown out by now. Okay, so I wrote down 8 things that helped me grow my hair like super long. So the first one you guys are not really gonna like, probably not even agree with. So the first one I have here is genetics. Even when my hair was relaxed, my hair was just always like super long. Probably not healthy, but it was like long. I'll show you pictures. You can see that my hair was pretty long when it was relaxed. Okay, so genetics. So for me, I feel like my mom has short hair because she doesn't want to grow it out. But my dad, back in his day, he had like an afro. I think most dads had an afro, but I don't know. I think it's a genetic thing, because there's people who have been natural as long as I have, but their hair isn't as long. So I think genetics just plays a general role in it in general. There are things that you can do to make sure that your hair grows to the best it can grow. Second thing, patience. So initially I wasn't patient. I was so impatient. Like, I'd come here like every month with like a little ruler and like pull my hair and like, okay, it's like 8 centimeters. So practice patience and just think of your hair being healthy more than length. And because your hair is healthy, it'll grow. Don't focus on length, because there's many ways that you can have long hair, but they may not always be the healthiest. So choose health over like length any day. So the third thing I have here is let your hair do its thing. So for me, I've always just let my hair do what it wants, which means I leave it in its curly state, kinky state, whatever you call it. For some people that may not work, because shrinkage is different for everybody. But for me, I just never like manipulated too much. I never tried to stretch it too much. I never put too much heat. I never like tried to alter its natural state, basically, because I was trying to just embrace that fully. So I'd have like a lot of puffs. Okay, I do 1 puff, then I do 2 puffs. I do buns. I a fro hawk. I did all this stuff, but I kept my hair curly, and people started knowing me because of my hair being in its curly state. So just let your hair do its thing. Okay, the more you're like manipulating, it can damage your hair. I'm not saying it will, but I don't know, for me it's just a part of being natural, a part of just embracing it, a part of the journey also, I feel. Because when you do have longer hair, trust me, you'll want it to be short again, because it's going to take 1/3 as long when it was short. The fourth thing that I have here is no heat, only for protective styling. So that's just me. You don't have to be so extreme. I have natural hair friends who have like blown out their hair, it bounces back, it looks beautiful when it's straight, it looks beautiful when it's curly again. You don't have to be so extreme like me. I just come from more of a thing of fear. I'm scared that I'll have heat damage, because I also have friends that are natural that have heat damaged hair, and it's not the same as how it was before, but they love it. Like, because heat can alter the texture of your hair, can make it looser, and so the idea is that if the hair is looser, it's easier to comb, it's easier to manage, so they do love that. But for me, I was just kind of like, I'm gonna be more strict with it. I only want to have heat when I'm gonna protective style, mainly braids. So for me, anybody who knows, braids is like braids is just the easiest, most trustworthy thing. And weave, actually, what am I saying? Those are typically what I do. I'll insert some pictures of how I look with braids. Moving on, the fifth one, establish a routine and stick to it. So for me, initially I was kind of like haphazard with it. I'd wash my hair on a Tuesday, and then next time it would be next week Thursday, and then next time it'll be next week Sunday, and then after that, like, I didn't have a set routine. And even then, in my routine, let's say my goal was to wash it every 7 to 9 days. Sometimes I go like 2-3 weeks without washing my hair. Do not do that. Well, if you're gonna do that, make sure your hair is like in a stretched state. So establish a routine and stick to it. So for me, I wash my hair every 7 days, which typically falls on a Sunday. I like to start my week with fresh hair. Establishing a routine and sticking to it will really help make your hair journey more manageable. Number 6 is protective style. I spoke about that a little bit earlier. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm typically with my natural hair all year round. There's 12 months in a year. The 10 months of the year I'm with my hair, and the other 2 I have braids. Protective style. Also, I just wanted to touch a little bit more on protective styling. The theory behind protective styling is not necessarily to neglect your hair, number 1. People in my previous video asked me, how does your hair not look dry? Your scalp doesn't have dandruff, all these things. Because if you moisturize your hair properly during the style and before the style, you shouldn't have that much issues after. When I have braids for 2 months, I'm washing my hair somewhere there. Maybe not every week, maybe every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, I'm washing my hair. I'm re-putting back the moisture, because the theory behind protective styling is to not have to deal with your hair as often as you did in another style, but still maintaining moisture. The second thing is, protective styling is supposed to be for low manipulation. What that means is, typically when you have your hair out, you'll be manipulating it maybe every day. For some of you, I know you guys like twist your hair at night, and then in the morning you comb it out. All of that's manipulating, right? Because you're twisting, and then you're untwisting, and now you're combing again, and now you're maybe tying it up, and you're doing all this stuff, which is great. Like, constantly, moisturizing your hair, taking care of it, making sure it's stretched at night. If that works for you, then continue to do that. But that's the purpose of protective styling. So when you have a protective style that's like pulling at your edges, or it's too tight, that's when it's not becoming protective anymore. The theory is in the word protective, means low manipulation. So if you're going in between protective styles too quickly, remember that you're supposed to stay in that style so that you manipulate your hair less. Number 7, moisturize your hair like your life depends on it. So yes, so for me, the beginning 2 years or so, I was like on fire. I tried, like, I moisturized, I bought all these things because I knew that my hair was generally dry. And then at some point, like, I picked up, like, I started like deep conditioning, like every week. I'd like pre-shampoo. My hair was flourishing, it was shiny, it was curly, it was just lush and thick. And then at some point, I think I just got lazy, to be honest. To this day, I still am lazy. I don't think I've 100% like gotten out of that laziness, but I've managed to make it work for my hair such that my hair isn't losing out just because I'm lazy. Like I tell you guys, moisture is so important. People asked me in like from my previous video, like how come I don't have dandruff, and like how come your scalp didn't look oily. For me, I've been fortunate enough to not have to deal with dandruff. But if you do struggle with dandruff, I know Head and Shoulders does like a specific line for dandruff and scalp treatment or something. And I've seen a few YouTubers use that and they say it works. So maybe look into that. Try do as much as you can. Literally use castor oil, amla oil, just moisturize that hair. And for some people, they're not happy with their natural hair texture because they feel like, why doesn't it look like mine? This is this. How did you get yours to curl that way? And I want to be honest with you right now. Moisturized hair will curl, or moisturized hair will flourish. So we have different hair textures. Even amongst my siblings, my own sister doesn't have my hair texture. It's literally just my brother and I who have the same hair texture. But the way I understood my hair was that I did a lot of research on YouTube. Guys, I was on YouTube for hours. Like, okay, let me look for people who have more of my hair texture, if not more coarse. Because if you look at those people who have like a more kinkier texture, they're doing a lot more, they're using a lot more moisturizing products. And so for you with the less kinky texture, you can then implement that moisture routine and put it onto yours. So I will have like another video coming where I'll show you what my favorite products are, and then another video I'll show you how I use those products to moisturize my hair. I think I've spoken a lot about moisture. That's just because I'm so passionate about it. Like, you have to moisturize your hair. Natural hair is like more dry, so you do have to put in that extra mile, that extra effort. Last but not least, enjoy where you're at. That's number 8. So for me, that's really important as well. Stop thinking so much about my hair needs to be long, my hair needs to flourish, it needs to be bra strap, it needs to be this, and literally just enjoy where you are. Because I remember being in like grade 10 when my hair wasn't as long as it is now, being like, oh my gosh, my hair is so easy to manage. Like, just literally enjoy each phase that you're at, because there's gonna be things that you can't do in this new length that you could have in that one. So just enjoy where you're at, because you'll never be able to go back to that. So literally just enjoy where you're at and just embrace being natural. Hence the term like a natural hair journey. It's not supposed to be, you're not supposed to get to a particular point and be like super happy. You're just supposed to literally embrace it all and just fall in love with you, fall in love with your hair, fall in love with your identity, just fall in love with your culture. And because your hair is your inheritance from your ancestors, from your, you know, just your bloodline, your culture, where you're from. It's so much more than just protein. It's so complex, it's so beautiful. Just love it, understand it, embrace it. Be the kind of person that you want to be surrounded by in terms of natural hair. You want someone who's like super excited about it, someone who's super positive. Be that kind of source to the people around you, and I promise you, you will literally forget that your hair is growing, because you're just so enamored by other things. You're just enjoying it, just enjoying the journey. You will literally forget that it's growing. So that's all I have for you guys today. Yeah, I hope you guys took something from it. Let me know what you guys want to see next. For those of you who are like all natural, just enjoy the journey, and that's it really. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.